to Knit One Heart 2. My name is Wendy, also known as Penny Winnie, and I'm all by my lonesome today. A big part of that is due to the snowpocalypse that we had over the last 2 days. So Sheila's at home with her family. We're holed up in our house. The snow's mostly cleaned up, and I'm trying to squeeze in a little recording before the kids get tired of playing downstairs. So, yeah, hopefully Sheila will be back next week with me, and after that we will probably have somewhat more of a regular schedule. So let's hope for the best. Right up top, we are now running the washcloth knit along. It started on February 1st and will run until the end of March. And this is a great time for you to get your hostess gifts, holiday gifts, birthday gifts, whatever, a good washcloth, teacher gift. It's a great thing to have on hand to give out when you need to give a little something. Wrap it up with a nice bar of soap, like that stuff I got from Dyeabolical. Some, handmade, custom-made soap. Makes a nice little gift that's quick and not that expensive. So, you can post as many washcloth pictures in the thread as you like, and we'll draw from those posts with pictures of finished objects. And if you hear coughing in the background, that's my dad, who's in the bedroom sleeping. I think this is going to be a day with a lot of interruptions. So, there are 1,156 members on the RAV group this week. Welcome everybody who's new to the show. Thank you for checking us out. And for those of you who come back every week, it's good to see you again. I'll get right into it. I'm going to bang this out. Not showing you anything that I haven't worked on, and I'm just going to be honest with you up front. I have not worked on a lot this week. I had a busy week getting ready for my son's birthday party that had to be canceled. And I don't know what it was. I did not feel much like knitting this week. I think I did not knit at all on Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. I did knit a little bit on Thursday night, which is really unusual for me. I'm in kind of a knitting doldrum. And I think it's because of this project right here. This is the Shipwreck Shawl by Knitting Harpy, which is available for free on knitty.com. You can get it through Ravelry. I'm knitting it out of Spirit Trail Fiberworks Clotho lace base in the Ancient Stones colorway. And I'm using Miyuki glass seed beads in the lime-lined crystal colorway. This is soul-destroying. It's not difficult. It is, in fact, a very simple lace pattern. It would be a very good beginner lace pattern to knit the center motif. But this is soul-sucking. There's just no other way to describe it. It has killed my desire to knit anything. Seriously. It is really like a marathon, and I have decided that I am going to knit on this all for the rest of today and all day tomorrow until it's done, so that I can just get it away from me and never have to ever do anything with this knit two together yarn over edging ever again for the rest of my life. Like I said, it's not that it's difficult. In fact, it is extremely easy. This is great television knitting, but I am tired of it. And frankly, I don't enjoy knitting this weight of yarn with these giant needles, and I am about to switch to the 10.5 needles, and then I have to do it on an 11 needle, and I don't know, I think it's just gonna kill me. So yeah, I'm gonna just straight up blame my lack of knitting mojo on the fact that this is soul destroying, but I can't stop, because if I put it away, it will never get done. That's how horrible it is. It went so quickly until this part. I don't know. I mean, I'm glad I'm finally doing it. It's been in my queue forever, and I bought this yarn several years ago specifically for this shawl, and it's going to be a beautiful shawl, but so help me God, I am never doing anything with this netting stitch again. Never. Especially not on this kind of a level. Just to give you an idea of where I'm at, I have 14 rows left and I will be done. Only 14 rows. Full 14 soul destroying rows. Hopefully I can get that done. I pray it's by tonight because I just don't know if I can face another day working on this. So yeah, I'm sure this is going to be a lovely finished object. Oh, you can really see the lace pattern well against. That's what it looks like. And I know that Melissa from His and Hers podcast is going to be knitting on hers right now as well. Good luck with that. I hope you don't watch this and have it turn you away from knitting it. But it's horrible. So yeah. Stay tuned. Hopefully this will be a finished object next week. If it isn't, I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be knitting this for the rest of my life. I think I would, if I was sent to hell, I would be knitting this on that knit two together yarn over section. That is what hell would be for me. Just so you know. And for people out there who have done this more than once, God bless you. I don't know how you did it. That is never going to be me. So that is it for a Shipwreck Shawl. The other thing that I have on the needles, which I have not done much work on this week, is Lacuna by Angelia McGar. And this is the shawl that we had the giveaway on last week. I love how it's coming out. I love this. And this is also a pattern that I did the tech edit for. And I did have a question from a viewer, and I will tell you what tech editing is. It's not test knitting the pattern. It is doing the technical edit of the pattern, which means that I review it for correct usage of knitting symbols, grammatical issues. I read it generally to make sure that it makes sense. If there's a written instruction, that I can read it and understand what the designer wants me to do. I generate charts and make sure that they match up with the directions, and sometimes I do grading, that kind of technical work. I check all the math to make sure all the math makes sense, all the row numbers need to make sense. That's what I do. Because I did have a question from somebody who wondered something about the pattern that I was unable to answer because I am knitting it right now. I have never knit it. I just did the technical work on the pattern. So it's been really fun. I have a couple more jobs lined up. I will be very busy next week with 2 jobs. And I'm currently taking a class on Craftsy for grading with a spreadsheet, which has been a really good, I know how to grade, but my spreadsheet skills needed a lot of work, and that was an awesome class. I'm still taking it. It's like 10 hours of course materials, but it's really good. If you're interested in learning how to grade sweaters, or like if you want to design your own sweater, or if you want to modify a sweater to fit you the way that Isolde Teague recommends in her book, this is an excellent class to take on Craftsy that will teach you how to use a spreadsheet to do all that math so that you don't have to use a calculator and write it all out, and you can have this stuff set up so that, you know, if you need to figure out an armhole, you know, shaping or waist shaping anytime, you just plug your numbers into this spreadsheet and it does the math for you. It's a really good class. I haven't taken any other Craftsy classes, but I can highly recommend it. Oh, I forgot to mention this Lacuna. I'm just about to start the edging, and I'm glad that I waited before starting it because there was an update in the pattern. I don't know if it affects the edging, but it's good to have the most recent pattern update before you work on the project. This is Spinning Fates yarn, Shiva sock base in the Hyacinth Bouquet colorway that was gifted to me by Lois, who is also known as Knitting's My Bag. And like I said, love how it's knitting up, and I can't wait to see the edging. And if I ever finish that freaking shawl, you'll all see what it looks like. And anything else that I'm doing, because seriously, that shawl seems like it's my whole world right now. So seriously, that is all I had on the needles this week that got any kind of attention at all. Between me being in some kind of a bizarre Actually, it's not that bizarre. I was taking the Craftsy class, so that ate up a lot of my knitting time because, I was doing spreadsheet stuff while watching the class. But that and the soul sucking shawl. So, yeah, it is what it is. I do have a date to rate, however. I finished my wannabe voodoo doll, and he looks like some kind of a bizarre fetus, like an alien fetus. I don't know. He's not as cute as the one that I was inspired by. Here he is. He is knit out of my hand spun, one of my first skeins of hand spun from Spinner's Hill that I picked up at I think I picked it up at Rhinebeck last year. That was it, Rhinebeck last year. And I call it the Zoe colorway because it's orange and pink. And I haven't done the detail on his eye or his mouth yet. But he looks weird. He looks really good if he's sitting down. I kind of made him to sit down, but you have to knit this really tight so that the stuffing doesn't show. So his arms and legs are just kind of sticky outy. But I think the person that I made it for will like it. It's kind of a funny thing. But I'm not gonna lie to you. While this was fun to do and a good exercise, and I guess I could design a stuffed toy based on this. We all know that I could do one. I am buying the pattern because the one that is in the pattern is just way cuter than mine. And for those of you who haven't tuned in before, I was inspired by Susan Cladino's Voodoo You Love Me doll. See? Cute alien. Cute alien. So, because I have to knit another one. I have two friends that I wanted to make a little voodoo doll for Valentine's Day. The one that I'm going to knit from the pattern, now that I've tried to do my own, and I like it. Don't get me wrong. I'm still going to give this one away, but I think I like that one better. The second one that I knit is going to be done out of my hand spun. It is Blue Face Luster wool top in the Fierce and Flawless colorway from the Into the World June Club. And those of you who have been watching the show might recognize that I knit Sheila a little monster doll, a phlebotomist monster doll, out of this same colorway. And I think it's really pretty. So I'm going to use this, and I'm probably going to have to crack into the second skein to do the rest of it. Excuse me. I'm hoping to finish that this week. I don't know if it's going to be done by Valentine's Day, but if I do finish it, I will show a finished photo of it, because I'll probably try to send it out. And then I will also show a photo of this. This guy, oh, he's sad. So sad. So very sad. All right. So, yeah. Susan Cladino, very nice doll. Much cuter than mine. So if you want to knit a Voodoo You Love doll, Susan Cladino's pattern is available on Ravelry for $5. And let's see, Whirlwind Romance. I'm still spinning for my sweater, or should I say not spinning for my sweater, because I have not spun anything in several weeks. So I'm just, that's my dad. Who is sick, because it is just a house full of fun here. Yeah, so I am just a big ball of boringness this week. My future date is the same. Nothing has changed. I'm going to do In the Pink by Izzy Knits. I have already knit one shawl in Zoberball in the black and white colorway. I'm going to knit the new one in the denim colorway, which is several shades of blue. And that will be my next lace project if I ever finish the Soul Sucking Shawl, which I think is what I'm going to name it on my Ravelry pattern page. Crushes and Heartbreaks. The big one is the Snowpocalypse, which is the blizzard of 2013. It rolled in here Friday morning, yesterday morning, today is Saturday, and dropped at our house between 24 and 30 inches of snow, depending on where you measure it. Where it drifted, it's 30 inches easy. I'll put up a couple of pictures at the end. I took some progress pictures of the storm, and I took some pictures after the aftermath of the storm. It's a lot of snow. I live in the city, well, I live in a suburb of Boston, but it's a city. It's not a small town. Everything is close together. They were right on top of the plowing, so the roads are pretty much clear where I live. Um, we have a snow blower because we do get snow in this area. This is a lot of snow to get, but we didn't lose any power. We didn't have any problems with the heating. I mean, we did our usual storm prep stuff, which was to make sure that, excuse me, we didn't let the house get too cold so that the pipes didn't freeze, and it went very smoothly. But it's my heartbreak because my son's birthday was scheduled to take place today, and we had to cancel it on Thursday. We decided on Thursday we were going to cancel it because the forecast looked so bad. And as it turned out, by Friday afternoon, they had closed the karate dojo where it was going to be held anyway. So, and then there was a driving ban, so nobody would have been able to come to it if it had gone forward. But it was a little hard on my son to have his birthday party canceled. We're rescheduling it for after school vacation, so in March. We have to push it back that far. And we had an entire quarter sheet cake that we had to pick up that we could not cancel in time. So we've eaten a lot of cake in the last 24 hours. It is what it is, We gave my son his birthday presents early so that he could play with them all weekend. He got something called Skylanders, which is apparently on the Wii, and it's really big with kids right now. So he's been doing that all weekend. He's having a great time. The kids love this amount of snow. So that part of the storm is a crush. The kids are going to have a lot of fun playing in it. We didn't get any snow at all last winter, really, except for the weird Halloween storm. I don't think we had any snow that actually was on the ground enough to play in. So this is really going to be fun for the kids. And my husband was home yesterday, and my dad flew in for the party, so he's here. Of course, he is as sick as a dog. So, yeah, it's all fun up in this house. So I do have Baubles and Bling. Before spa, so not last week, but the week before, Jamel Knitter on Ravelry, who is my friend Lisa, texted me about a Dyeabolical Yarn update, and I foolishly went and looked at it and saw this. I just really, you cannot see the colors of this the way they're not represented at all well. This is a teal. Oh, that's close. Teal right here, purple, and then there's kind of a charcoal gray, and there is Firestar in it. That's just gorgeous. It's shiny, beautiful, and this is a BFL and Firestar blend. So soft. I had to get it because it's really pretty colors. Those are my colors, but also because it's called Joe Rides Motorbike. And Joe is from The Facts of Life, which was one of my favorite shows growing up. And something about the color really spoke to me, so I had to buy it. And I'm really looking forward to spinning that up if I ever get out of the spinning and knitting doldrums, which I think I will once that shipwreck thing is done. I'm going to blame everything on the Shipwreck Shawl. So, the last thing is the North Shore Yarn Crawl. This is our gossip and innuendo section. The North Shore Yarn Crawl is going to be from March 14th to 17th at various yarn stores on the North Shore. Sheila and I are not going to attend, most likely, but I encourage anybody who lives in the area to check it out. There's a link on the blog page to the website. And that'll give you more details as the time gets closer. I've also been told that there is a fiber event in Wayland. And I want to say it's this upcoming weekend. I'm not 100% sure. I will put a link on the blog to that too. There's like a farm stand in Wayland, and apparently they've been inviting fiber artisans to come, and they did an event either in December or January, and a friend of mine who lives more out west went to it, and she called me about it. And then somebody who watches the podcast and who's a member of the group actually PM'd me on Ravelry to tell me that they were doing it again this month. So I'm gonna like look into that and put a link to it on the blog, because I will probably go to that with my friend, do a little girls' day with her, and if Sheila wants to come, she can come with us if she's not working. And so I will put more information about that on the blog and in the thread for this show once I know any of that information. And that, pathetically, is it. This is what happens when I have no mojo. Sheila's not here. It's like a perfect storm. We had the apocalypse, the snowpocalypse of 2013, and this is like the perfect storm of crappy podcasting from me. So I'm just going to apologize. I wish it was more entertaining this week, but ain't going to happen. So hopefully you all will all tune in next week when Sheila will be back. Sheila has some news, which is exciting, so that's good. And she has been knitting, and hopefully I will have my shawl done, so you will have that finished object to see, and it will be out of my life forever. I don't know what I was thinking knitting that. So, yeah, this was a really brief episode, but I hope to see you next week. For those of you who have tuned in for the first time this week, this is not normal. Normally I have Sheila, and normally we have a lot more to say. For those of you who have tuned in before, thank you for watching again, and hang in there because things will pick up. And I hope you all have a great week. If you're digging out from Snowpocalypse, stay safe, lift with your knees, take breaks, don't work yourself into a heart attack. And stay warm and stay safe, and don't drive until they lift the ban, because I know that you can either be fined $500 or spend a year in jail. That is really bad, so stay off the roads. And thank you for hanging out for this 20-minute time. I got nothing. Knit with heart, everybody. Bye.